So, Jared,
Yes,
you ever heard of 40-hour film festival?
I have. You told me about it. You haven't told me the details. I was curious about it.
So the idea is you get on a certain time, say 7 p.m. on a Friday, you find out your assignment, like what genre, what requirements, like you need to include this character, you need to include this line, you need to include this item, like, you know.
So you know the genre. Do you know the length, or do you have like a window?
Overall, yes, they're overall like you know, it has to be over this length, but it can't be this long. Yeah, they give you all these specifics, but then that they give you ahead of time. But like the genre and all the like details of like what it needs to include and have, you don't get till a certain point, and everyone gets it, and everyone's a little different. And then each team has to run off and make a film, and so
48 hours,
and you got to write. Shoot, edit, and then deliver it by 7 p.m. on Sunday. 48 hours.
So I'm assuming you successfully did this.
Yes. I mean, what do you consider successfully? We submitted something within.
Yeah, you got it done in 48 hours.
We got something submitted. Yes. Yeah. I mean, successful? I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
And they asked you to direct, right?
Yeah, the team.
That was
the team. There was basically, other than two of the actors that were involved, the rest of the people were a bunch of people I'd never worked with.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good experience.
Yeah, we're all yes.
In DC, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
It was the DC 48-Hour Film Festival Holiday Edition.
Write in if you are familiar with this. Or if you were there, maybe. Or in the area.
Maybe you're in another team.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to Screen Time TV. I am your host, Josh. And did you bring me on this podcast to feed me toast? Or are you going to kill me?
I don't know. Maybe both.
This is my co-host, Jared.
Josh, you did the right thing. You protected your home, your investment. I'm proud of you. I'm grateful to you. Sounds better in the Oz accent.
Yeah.
But he always says that. He's got like one of these lines like that, like every episode, I feel like. It's like the rallying, like...
Do the Don.
A little bit of that too, yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Exactly. Yeah. We're going to be talking about the Don again.
Yeah. Different Don this time. But well, yeah. Well, today we are discussing The Penguin episode 7, the penultimate episode.
Yeah.
We will do a little Based or Waste.
Yes.
But before that, we will get into a little bit of things we've been watching. So, what have you been watching, Jared?
I have a couple things.
Yeah, more than me.
Oh, yeah? What do you got, one?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we'll see if we cross over with this one or not.
All right.
But, okay, I'll start then.
Yeah.
Shrinking on Apple. I am caught up.
Oh,
finally.
wow.
Yes.
Then you're ahead of me because I haven't seen the most recent.
Did you watch episode 4?
No.
And as we're recording this, the 5th episode, well, it's coming out. I mean, it'll be out when this gets released. So I'm very excited to.
Which is also not half the season. I think they're 12 or more. There's more than 10 this season. Yep. Just like they did with Ted Lasso.
Nice.
And I saw it was renewed already for season 3.
Good. What I wanted to say about this show is just, I mean, I really like the show anyway in season 1. I think this season is even better so far. I like all the dynamics. It's just a really good, like, kind of hangout show with all these characters. Mm-hmm. All the characters are great, likable in one way or another, you know. And I'm going to do just, not really a spoiler, slight spoiler just for the first episode of season 2. Mm-hmm. I think it's so great how they introduce this new character that is everyone will know him as Roy Kent from Ted Lasso, but the actor's name is Brett Goldstein. You mentioned he was already involved with this show, right?
Correct.
But he has not acted on the show yet until
Correct.
now.
Because he originally was one of the
with Bill Lawrence, right? Is he like
he was one of the writers on Ted Lasso, and they couldn't figure out who to play Roy Kent when they had all the characters written.
Okay.
And then they just it was like one of those things where he's like, well, I'll just do it, and then
Nice.
of course now he's known as an actor, which before that he was more of a writer. And then
I've never seen anything before.
And he's also a comedian, like he's a stand-up comedy.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Then this show, it was his, like, more of his idea.
The premise of the show,
Yes.
like, is kind of
he
brought it to Bill Lawrence. I
he
guess.
and Bill Lawrence pitched this to Apple, and then so he's kind of like, this is a little bit more his baby. Whereas now they brought in Jason Segel to kind of also help develop the show. So when they actually, like, he just like Jason Sudeikis is on Ted Lasso as one of the co-writers.
Right.
Jason Segel is also a co-writer on this.
Cool. Yeah, I like also because I noticed, I don't think it was the first episode, but one of the episodes at least, I saw Zach Braff directed it, which is cool. And we see people, not him. I'm sure he'll probably show up eventually in the show.
I don't think he's been in the show yet, right?
No,
because you just watched a bunch of. Of course,
there's
he
other
showed up
people
on Bad Monkey.
Oh yeah, but there's different people from Scrubs and other shows.
Yes.
You know, that Bill Lawrence has done
the Bill Lawrence
show.
universe now.
Yeah, he just gets the people he's used to working with. And
you know who would be good to show up on here? Courtney Cox.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because you said he was involved with.
He did. Cougar Town.
Cougar Town.
That was his one of the shows too.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But I just the way, because it's at the very end of the first episode of the season, it is so good how they introduce this character that Brett Goldstein is playing, and how he ties in to the show with our main character and his daughter. And it's just, man, I was so happy. I kind of got spoiled already because I watched the trailer and it showed him.
Okay.
But I had no idea what his character was and how he'd be involved. And it's just really great how they introduce him. And we don't really get much of him yet. But it's just, I don't know. I was just very excited about it and see how it will play out. And it is funny when he does talk, though. It's like you think he's going to do the low, gravelly voice, but it's more just his normal voice in this one. But yeah, I think this season's better than the first season, and I'm really into this show. Plus, it's just very it can be very funny, but it's like it can be very serious and very a large range of emotions in this show for sure, and it's all done really well. So, yeah,
I agree. Good show.
Oh, sorry, real quick. Also, I just want to say again, 'cause I think I mentioned it before when we talked about Shrinking, but I absolutely love the theme song. Ben Gibbard, from singer of Death Cab for Cutie. I looked because I was like, is it just a Death Cab song? But it's not. It's just the singer co-wrote the song with the composer of the show. And it's just, I love the song. I never skip it. Every episode, I'm like, it's not long anyways, you know, but it's I wanted to shout that out too. So
nice. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
what's your one
thing I watched, just the first episode of.
Come on, Josh. You're not busy,
dude. I made a film over. I made a 7-minute film over the weekend. So I watched the Diplomat season 2 on Netflix.
Okay, yeah. This just came out like last week.
Yeah, and watched the first episode. I mean, obviously it's Netflix, so they drop all the episodes. But I really enjoyed season 1 of that, and kind of breezed through it because it kind of abruptly ended in a cliffhanger.
Okay.
And so it started out good. I mean, if you like that kind of political intrigue kind of.
I wanted to check the show out. I just haven't because I like the main actress a lot.
Yeah, Carrie Russell. Right.
Oh wait, am I thinking of someone else? No, that's the one from The Americans, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
her name, right?
I think you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Carrie something. I think it's Carrie Russell. Yeah. Yeah. Which also, if you've never seen The Americans, really great too. But yeah, so still good into season 2.
Yeah, I mean,
The
the
Diplomat?
started off strong. Yeah. But mostly dealing with the aftermath of right off of
The
season
cliffhanger.
1. Yeah, it's like there's not much time gap at all between
Okay.
the end of season 1 and going into season 2. So, and Shrinking is on Apple TV Plus. So we didn't say that. Just
Yes.
circling back.
Did I not say that?
I don't know. I just
don't know
realized when I
either.
mentioned this was on Netflix, I was like, did we mention it?
Yeah. It's always good to mention it,
we-
even
you know,
a few times if we need to.
Just plug that Apple TV Plus. You should be watching.
We always do, yeah. I think every week we at least have,
Little
One thing.
fanboys here.
yeah. We are not sponsored, but if you want to. Everything we use is Apple also.
Except for these microphones.
Mm-hmm. That's, yeah. If Apple made a camera, like,
Mhm.
would you immediately get it? Like
They
an
do.
actual...
They do make a camera.
I know. I mean, like, what would you call like a actual
cinema
film camera?
I don't
Cinema
know.
camera.
I
There
don't
you go.
know. I mean, like technically,
They just made a bigger one that was from the phones.
they
and
basically
it in-
made an iPhone that actually had a bigger lens.
right.
Really, that's really all you.
Which you can get attachments for your phone anyway,
You
right? For
can.
the lens.
It's not the same. But they made a bigger sensor and
Right.
bigger lens. That's really what you're missing. But
Gotcha. All right. My other two I'll go through pretty quick. Lioness, I want to mention again because I am caught up on this too. 3 episodes.
Right. I haven't seen the 3rd episode.
Okay.
Oh, actually,
I mean, it was just this Sunday when it came out.
no. That was the 4th episode.
It's only 3 because it was 2 episodes last week because we talked about it last week when it first aired. It was 2, and the third one was just
And then I didn't watch it.
okay. I think similar to Shrinking. Now that I'm like 3 episodes into this, I mean, I love Lioness anyway, but I think
Strong.
this second season's even better than the first season as well. It just went kind of bigger with everything. There's I think it was in episode 2. This just that Zoe Saldana, is it Joe? Is her name right? I think it's Joe. I think that's right. I don't know, but her just screaming at the new recruit, like that scene's so great when they're on the base.
Mhm.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
just go off on each other. Yeah,
Mhm.
the new
Before she knows it, and then
Lioness,
she
crazy.
finds out who she is, and then she's like, the new recruit's all
Yes.
embarrassed.
yeah. But that scene was so great. But yeah, it's just yeah. I think this is even better. Also, and then my last one, since it's such a big thing now, I watched the first Terrifier movie.
Mm.
By the way, Lioness, Paramount. It's on Paramount. I didn't mention that.
Right, Paramount Plus.
Yes. Terrifier, literally streaming like everywhere. I double checked on justwatch.com, like just to see. I mean, it's on Amazon. It's on Apple. It's even on like Freevee and Tubi. Like it's everywhere. Which, yeah, the third movie just came out
No
recently.
matter where you're at, you can get your Terrified.
Yes. And yeah, I want to see what the hype was about because the third one just came out and it did really well. We were mentioning that like they keep the budget really low on these and then make a ton usually in the theaters. So to start though, you always ask me this. I wanted to ask you, first Terrifier, this came out in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the budget was for this? Just in general, you know that they do pretty low budget.
500,000.
So this impressed me so much. $35,000.
Oh wow!
Which watching the movie, I'm like, this is very impressive what they did with that, especially because it's extremely gory movie.
$35,000.
Yeah, I was.
I mean,
I know
I've
you've
worked
been
projects that were that much that was for a 30-second commercial.
Yeah. So, so even that first one, which it kind of was like unknown at that time or not that big, in 2018 when the first one came out, I'm sure they made plenty of money still just because of that low budget. But the only downside is, which I imagine factors into the low budget, is just with some of the extras and some of the kind of side characters, there's some pretty bad acting. Probably was like the only thing they did,
Didn't pay the actors.
Right. It was probably just like friends of the of the director. But so that's really the only downside, but still very impressive what they did with this movie. Definitely an homage to like classic slasher movies, I would say. They just take it to an like absolutely extreme level. Also, I didn't realize till afterwards it's not rated. None of them are. So they go very far with it because it's not rated. But the main character, Art the Clown is his name, but he's basically a mime though. He's called Art the Clown. But I think it's a really cool idea because we've never really seen that with like we've seen a lot of killer clowns and things like that. But this is like specifically a mime, and his look is pretty unique. And yeah, I thought it was pretty good actually. This is another type of horror movie I'm like okay with because it's not really jump scare relied. It's just there's some stuff in this I was like, wow, never seen that before. They go extreme, but it is cool, and I'm interested because I think when we did Based or Waste, this was a waste. Like this one wasn't rated well. But 2 and 3 are rated really well, so I think it's just gotten better. The third one I think is also interesting. That just came out. It's set at Christmas time, which is cool. Cool idea. So so check it out. You can find it pretty much anywhere to stream, which is also good for them. Yeah, they have it
making their money back still.
Yeah, and I was having a conversation recently with someone we both know that mentioned that he knows either the director or the director's wife in some way, and he was saying like just the amount of money they have now is just insane already, just on like merch alone apparently.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm glad it's doing well.
Merchandising.
Yeah,
it's your merchandise.
This could be the next Star Wars with merch. Probably not to that degree, but yeah.
I don't think anything's ever hit that level. Maybe Toy Story or something like.
Yeah, something else Disney, I'm sure.
We're on the Disney princess movies, maybe. I don't know.
So anyway, I would say check this out just to see, but I don't know if you really would like this kind of movie. But maybe check it out or at least watch like clips of it just to see what they did with this on $35,000 because it's very impressive. You can tell it's low budget, but like still that
basically
degree.
You're just doing it for like roughly the 40-hour dick. I know the producer, like they kind of put in about $1,000 when you're just covering rent, like renting the house that we filmed in, the feeding people, maybe buying a few props, like those things, like just covering some of that stuff, and not everyone else is volunteer. Yeah, still just still to do 1 day of shooting, right? Like basically we did, and
I think a lot of this budget from Terrifier just went to like different limbs and bodies.
A lot of it was like that. Everyone worked for free, and they probably just I don't know. It was just
that's what it seems like. Yeah, and it's all just in like one building mostly, or like outside of it. So it's like
one location.
Yeah, like so that probably
helps.
Yeah, for sure. All right, that's it.
Okay. So for our next segment,
yes,
it's what you all been waiting for.
Everyone waits for it every week, and I put the time code in there so you all can, on
pins and needles.
Yes, so you all can skip to it right away. Write in though. Let me know what you think of this segment because haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, no feedback.
Yeah,
no news is good news,
I guess.
It's time for Based or Waste.
All right. Welcome back to Based or Waste. Everyone's favorite YouTube show to click to in the time codes. This is based on a Rotten Tomatoes. I would just check top trendy movies or TV shows, and check the audience score for different films or TV shows, and Josh is going to guess if it's good or bad, if it's based or waste. Are you ready?
Ready.
Ready. All right. We have 10 like normal. We are back to movies.
Okay.
It seems to be just working well now. We're every other week. Like movies, TV shows.
TikTok.
Exactly. Yeah. Speaking of TikTok, that's what we need to be on next. I know we mentioned that recently.
Make an account.
Yep. Okay. First one is Woman of the Hour.
Oh.
You know about this?
Netflix movie.
Yep. Anna Kendrick stars her
serial killer.
Yeah, her directorial debut also.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Okay.
It's like in the 70s.
I'm going to say based.
Yep. 68.
All right.
Yeah, I'm interested in this movie.
Yeah, I
That's
had it on my
interesting.
list to like at least maybe check out, but there's too many other things that I would put above
There
it.
is.
So.
There is too many other things.
So I did not check it out yet.
Yeah. You also have a slight busy schedule.
As of late, yes.
Yeah. We'll get some time soon. We're getting to the holiday season now. So maybe the rest of this year on the pods we'll have more to talk about. Have some more time to watch some stuff, potentially.
Maybe.
You're just gonna work the whole rest of the year regardless, probably.
I don't know. We'll see. See how it plays out.
All right. Next one is Don't Move. I don't know what this is.
This is another Netflix movie, I think.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm getting them confused because there's also Don't Blink.
No,
Two different movies.
This is Sam Raimi produced. I don't know if he directed.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it's I'm going to say waste though on this.
You are correct. It is a 40. What is this about? Do you know?
It's some guy, like it takes place in just it's real simple concept, at least from the trailer I remember watching. Lady, like he drugs her so that she slowly loses all mobility, and then he's like chases her through the woods, and then
all right,
somehow she keeps getting away for an hour and a half until I guess he eventually catches her and kills her. I don't know,
or just the movie just ends.
Yeah. But like basically she keeps losing different mobility and different
so
like
by the end she's just laying on the ground.
Yeah supposedly, like that's kind of the way it's teased in the trailer.
Yeah. All right, next one, The Substance. I started this movie. I have not finished it. Do you know what this is?
I don't know off the top of my head.
This is forget the director's name, but Demi Moore is in it, and Margaret Qualley. Margaret Qualley plays the younger version of Demi Moore, and it has to do with a mysterious substance that makes her. She's like an actress in Hollywood, like and kind of like used to be a big deal, and she's not anymore. And she takes this substance that potentially could make her younger.
Okay.
It's also very grotesque and gory, but not in the same way as Terrifier in any way.
I'm gonna say waste.
No, it's a 74.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It look. I mean, from what I saw so far, it was good. I liked it. It's an interesting premise. All right. This next one, I guess, makes sense. Venom, the first Venom movie, back trending again because of the third one.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tricky one.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go based.
Yep. This is 80.
Well,
It seems like
still higher than I thought.
yeah.
Even with the guess.
Yeah. Seems like with this trilogy, it seems like it just went down and down as it went.
Yeah.
Because this
and
new
it didn't
one
start very high.
No, it did not. Because this new one apparently is terrible.
Yeah.
I watched the second one, and the second one was awful. So, yeah, I didn't really like the first one either, though. It's a waste of wow, Tom Hardy. There we go. I was kind of blanking his name. It's a waste of him. He needs to do other stuff. He's such a great actor. All right. So we're down 1. Yeah, you missed 1 so far. All right, Canary Black. I think this is an Amazon movie that just came out.
Not familiar.
I wasn't really familiar with it either.
So it's just a toss-up.
Yeah, I think it's the main actress is a big actress. I just forget who it is.
I'm going to say Waste.
You are correct. 27.
Ooh.
So rough. This is, yeah. All right. The next 3, these are all trending right now because of the time of year also, but next 3 are going to be all 3 in the Ty West trilogy that I was talking to you about. X, Pearl, and Maxine. All right, you remember me mentioning these to you? So we're going to start with X, the first one in the trilogy. What do you think?
Based.
76. And then we have Pearl. I also watched Pearl. I talked about that on the pod. The only one I haven't seen is Maxine. But yeah, Pearl is next. This is the one that's technically a prequel.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna say Waste.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
This one's even higher. This is 83. And then Maxine.
Based.
Yep. 77.
So they're all
they're all based. Interesting. X and Maxine are basically the same rated wise for audience. Pearl is higher. I don't know. We'll see. I do want to watch Maxine. Haven't got to it yet. All right. 2 more. Yeah, 2 more left. Okay. These last 2 also kind of have to do with the time of year. Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Do you know what this is?
I don't think so.
It has the actress from Euphoria in it.
Which I mean,
Not Zendaya.
not Zendaya.
Yeah. But this is a horror movie. Somewhat. I don't know anything about it.
We'll say Waste.
Yep. 56. All right. The last one. Immaculate. This is the Sydney Sweeney horror movie that came out a while back. She's like a nun or something. Also, Euphoria shout out.
Yeah. So does the other one have the other girl? Which other girl from Euphoria that's in?
The other main actress. That's like with Zendaya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's who the main actress is in Cuckoo.
I'm gonna say based.
Yep. Barely. We're at a 60 for this one. So, all right. How you feel about this time? Not your best based or waste.
Decent amount of movies in there that I either
you don't
barely
know
familiar
anything.
with or not familiar with at all. Makes it harder because then I'm just like judging off of like random.
I try not to pick any, like once in a while I kind of have to, because it's either ones we've already done before, or so once in a while I have to pick one that I have no idea about, and then you don't either. But most of the time I try to find ones that we know something about. But all right. So you got three wrong, 2. something like that. 3.
At least 2. I think it was 2.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That has been Based or Waste. Tune in next week. Same time. Same YouTube channel.
All right. Let's get into The Penguin. Episode 7, Top Hat.
Top Hat. Yeah.
Oz fights to preserve his family and his enterprise, while Sophia makes a shocking discovery. Shocking. All right, so Jared, how'd you feel about this episode?
I liked it. Not as penultimate-ish as I thought it would be.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, not every show has to do this, but I thought it would be like thought there'd be a lot more, shocking things and kind of big moments.
Okay.
Obviously there were some, but yeah, I still thought it was good. Didn't move the plot as much as I thought it would, which I was kind of like, I wonder how. So when we get to the end of this, I don't really have any predictions, really. Not really sure how it's going to. I'll think about something maybe, but I have no idea how it's going to end this last episode. But yeah, still a great show. What'd you think of this episode?
I thought it was all right. There was moments I liked. I think it felt like, what was it, episode 6? A little bit where they're just kind of moving along a little bit more, like kind of faster than.
That was 5. That was the one you didn't
5?
like.
Yeah, 5.
Last week was way more like
the
normal.
That's right. Last week was 6.
Like the normal
5. Sorry,
tone of the show. Yeah.
Yes, 5 is the one I was thinking of. So it had a little bit more of that where it's like more like we're just moving pieces around, making stuff happen so that we can get to the point that we need to get for the last episode.
So you think it was kind of speeding through? Because I thought it didn't move as much as I thought it would for a penultimate episode. Just plot forward.
Guess it depends on what you consider plot.
That is true. So you're more mixed on this episode.
I mean, I don't think it was one of the I think there was a couple of moments that were good, but I don't think it was.
It was not the strongest. No.
Cool. Well, should we get into specifics? So we open up with Oz as a child.
Yeah, I really like this.
Another flashback. Yes, I did like this stuff. I think the kid's doing a great job.
Yeah,
portraying a similar demeanor, and
the mom also was really great.
Yes.
Yeah,
like kind of really felt like the people we got to know, but like younger versions of them.
And this is something that I don't know why I didn't think that this would happen, but I was surprised when it started with this. But it makes sense we would see some of Oz's, how much he talks about his, growing up. But I don't know why I never thought like, oh, we were going to actually get some of this.
Right.
So.
Because he talks about that, but then we also got Sophia's back story.
Mm-hmm.
And then didn't we have another flashback?
Yeah, just a little bit of Victor. But it was, very brief.
That's right, Victor.
Mm-hmm.
I almost forgot about Victor because he's basically not in this episode.
Yeah, that's true. He isn't.
They're like, he's like, quick, out the window. And then go get help. And then we don't see him.
And he disappears, yeah.
So he can show up and save the day and ram somebody with a car again.
Yeah, maybe. There you go. First prediction.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that again. But
no, that would be weird.
But yeah, I will say he will come back and maybe save the day.
I could see that. Yeah. So speaking of the person that's playing young Frances, I looked her up because I was like, this girl looks familiar.
Mm-hmm.
The actress's name is Emily Mead.
Mm-hmm.
She was one of the main characters in The Deuce, which was a HBO show. I don't know if you ever watched that.
Did not watch it.
Yeah, she was in like that whole show. So that's mainly where I saw her from. But she's also in the TV miniseries Dead Ringers on Amazon. That's based on the movie Dead Ringers, which has Rachel Weisz in it, playing sisters that are twins. I didn't really watch the show yet, but apparently she's in that as well. But yeah, I thought she did really well, just like the kid playing young Oz.
Yeah. No, she did
Like
good.
even his waddle was like spot
One
on.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we like to talk about the waddle a lot.
Waddle. Yeah, the waddle. So Oz killed his brothers?
That seems to be what happened. Yeah,
It's like the villain backstory.
mm-hmm. It kind of seemed, yeah, it's like the Oz and Francis kind of relationship dynamic in general is very interesting. Not only when we see them normally in the show, but like seeing how their dynamic was when they were younger. It just seems like ultimately, yeah, Oz just wants to be only him and his mom. Like
Right.
that's kind of to an extreme degree that, yeah, potentially he killed his brothers.
Just gonna leave him in the sewer, let
Yeah.
him drown.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah. He didn't seem that bothered by it either.
No, he's like, no, I can snuggle with mom and
Mhm.
watch my
Watch a
movie.
Yep. Which, speaking of the movie they watch,
Mm-hmm.
because you see it on the top of the TV, like
Mm-hmm.
it is called Top Hat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool. It kind of like, reminded me, like you see, the people in that movie kind of, it seems like it's kind of like almost the classic inspiration for the penguin outfit.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Which I imagine that was like kind of a Easter egg they wanted to throw in there.
So we go back to present day. This is where we get Oz showing up at the apartment. His mom's gone. Things are buzzed. Yeah, and then they hear people coming, and this is when he helps Vic out, and Vic leaves.
For the rest of the episode.
Yep, and we don't see him anymore. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Another prediction. Vic does not come back.
Yeah.
In the final episode.
Maybe he will just get out. I mean, we were talking about that. Like,
Is
I
he-
don't think he's going to die, but he's going to run off with his girl.
Yeah, he's gonna go find his girl that
Yeah.
went to the West Coast or something. I don't know.
I think so, yeah. I also just wanted to mention, because we haven't talked about it in a little bit, I want to say, is just a shout out to the cinematography and the set design in the show is really good. And there were some shots in this episode in particular that really stuck out to me. And just when he's in the sewer as a kid, and they are playing, was it flashlight tag or it just looked really good. Like it's like a crazy amount of rain coming down. Just the lighting and everything from the sewer, it looked really great. There's a shot a little later too with Sophia where, I don't know, you'd be able to explain it better than I could. The way it starts, it like kind of, she's standing there, like kind of staring off, and it's the teapot on the stove. You know what I'm talking about? And it like, kind of the way, I don't know, it's like I guess the framing of it and kind of how it pans up, kind of to introduce that scene. Really good.
Yeah. I know, I'm trying to picture it and trying to remember if I remember the shot, and it's not sticking out.
Well,
right
maybe it wasn't that great then.
now. No, it's still. Oh no, I wasn't saying that. I just
No, I know, but I mean, you obviously have a better eye for that kind of thing.
everyone has their own things they like and dislike.
Yeah, but you can dissect it better than I can.
Okay, that might be true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then Maroni's men show up and he starts beating Oz with the golf club.
Mm-hmm.
And then he needs to get Oz to show him where all the drugs are.
Mm-hmm.
Their organization, I guess their plant almost, like I guess where they grow things and process and all.
Yep.
Their factory, drug factory. Of course, he wants to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But Sophia kind of has him convinced not to do it. It's so funny though because he like where the penguin's like poking at him. Then he's like, "Oh, you're gonna let Sophia tell you what to do?" And let them take over and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But then with a little, I remember it was like flash of light, like a breaker went on. Something happened that gave him just enough to catch everybody off guard. That then all of Oz's men kind of started fighting back, and he got free from.
Are you talking about later with Salvatore Maroni?
Well, it's not that much later. This is the order it happened.
Yeah, I guess it isn't. Yeah. He like nods at one of his guys to like. Yeah, to like rip like a wire out to cut the power for a second. Yeah.
And then they start fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I like this scene because what's his name? Why do I keep forgetting this guy's name?
Salvatore Maroni.
Salvatore.
Yeah.
Salvatore.
Or Sal.
Yeah. Sal and him are fighting, and then Sal is kind of winning, and then he has a heart attack.
Is that okay? I was wondering, because to me that wasn't like very clear. Like I could see something was going on with him, but I didn't know it was actually a heart attack.
Yeah, I mean, at least I think that's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
I think on one hand, I like this. I'd like. Mm-hmm. That it was not what would normally happen. I like that it's like
me too,
because you see that scene where then he's like wait, and he's like so frustrated because he's like, you didn't win, I won.
Yep.
And yet and then he even shoots him anyway, just you know. And I liked it for that. Now what I didn't like is like to your point, like they didn't lay the groundwork at all. That they could have hinted at him having heart issues or something earlier when he was in jail or something, like just one line would have helped that make it not seem like questioning what happened, right? Or they're like, gotta take your medication,
that's all it would have taken.
Heart
just
problems in your
like
family, and his wife saying something like that makes
wouldn't he need to be from a main character, just like a side like henchman or something, being like, hey boss, take your pills or something, and then remember your condition or something, I don't know, like
just something,
some passing thing,
something.
Mm-hmm.
But it still was a cool dynamic.
It was
a character moment for Oz, regardless of
he was frustrated. He's like
he really wanted to kill him. Yeah, he didn't get the satisfaction.
Yeah. It's still surprising just the amount of deaths of pretty main characters in this show. Like, I didn't think he was going to go out. I mean, I guess not really many of them are going to carry over to the next Batman movie, but still, it's just, surprising how many.
Then, Sophia has Rush, her boyfriend guy.
This guy.
Try to do a psychological interrogation on Oz's mother.
Mm-hmm.
And then she realizes, or he tells her like something, and she needs to go visit her niece.
Yeah. So during that scene, I loved when Francis asked Sophia, "Are you afraid of color?" Because I was just like, I resonate with that because Sophia always wears like all black.
Yep. Yeah.
So okay, I was going to ask about that. So the girl that they visit in the hospital, it's
Yeah.
her niece,
Yeah, I think so.
Francis's niece.
No. Sophia's.
Sophia's niece.
That's the girl
Okay.
she was with when she gassed everybody.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and then she sent
Okay.
her off to an orphanage.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's when then she goes to visit her because
Yeah.
she's going to speak to the cops or whatever what he says. Then when she sees her, she's like, "Well, I saw a mask in your bag," and
Right. Yep.
But
I really like this scene of her Sophia talking to her.
yeah, well, yeah, the actress, yeah, whatever her name is,
What, the Sophia's?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, we talked about it recently.
yeah, but she's doing a great job here.
Oh yeah.
Like kind of just portraying that realization and that she basically is doing the same thing to this girl that they did to her, and then she realizes she needs to break this cycle,
Mm-hmm.
and so she changes things up.
Yeah, I really like the shift she does in the scene. Like Sophia starts with like what she's good at when she's talking is like, fake sympathy and like manipulation. Then she shifts though towards the end and actually has like a very genuine like compassion. I mean, even when she leaves the room, you can see it on her.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, this is why it's like a standout scene for me, just because like you can see that conflict within her.
Yeah. And then, so she decides to leave her alone. And then she decides she just wants Oz to suffer.
Yep.
Feel pain. So then they have a conversation about trading, and he said he'd trade all the drugs for the bliss drugs for his mom.
Mm-hmm.
So then a black SUV shows up.
Not just any SUV, a black G-Wagon, which is sick.
G-Wagon.
Yeah.
And well, she doesn't get out. Some guy gets out and runs away, which that should have been his suspicion right out there. Like,
Yeah, this was very, at least to me, this was very evident what was happening.
mm-hmm. And the fact that he wasn't smart enough to pick up on it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when this scene was playing out, and I think, I mean, it's his mom, and I think he was just too, and caught up
Too
on
emotional.
like the safety of his mom that he just didn't really think about it.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, he finally gets into the vehicle and gets a call and finds out that there's TNT or whatever in the back, getting ready to blow up.
Right, because it's covered by her coat also, which was a good touch.
And well, he doesn't say anything. He just starts running. Doesn't warn his guys. And well, he barely gets away, but the rest of them probably died.
Yeah, but it's notable that like I really like this scene because he runs to the spot where his brothers were.
Where he killed his brothers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, in the sewer.
He has to climb out very carefully with his peg. Oh, and of course, when he's talking to Sophia, like it looks like they were going back to the same place that he was dancing with his mom. When he was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, climbs out of the sewer, and then some guy grabs him.
Mm-hmm.
Got to take some hostage.
This looked really good too. This was another shot that stood out. Like, just the, I don't know. It just looked really good. Looked like, I mean, obviously there's a lot of like debris and dust going on in the air, but like, I don't know. It seemed like it was like a very different color grade than what they normally do too. Like it looked very different visually in that moment. I guess it could just be just because of the rubble and the dust, but I don't know. It looked great.
Did look good. So, yeah, and then we kind of end there.
Yeah.
Takes Oz captured. You see him. It's Sophia's guy or somebody that grabs him. So,
yeah, I'm curious what you think about.
So
the finale. Like, what do you think is?
I'm wondering if like both of them end up, or Oz and his mom end up dead. Both.
You don't think he's going to be in the next movie?
I don't know.
Do you think he's done wearing all the Colin Farrell's done with all the prosthetics?
He said he's done.
Okay.
He said it in interviews. Now that's, I mean,
right.
They kind of,
we talked about this before. It's like, well, if they give enough money,
and also like, just like sometimes they like to just lie about stuff straight up and
get people excited when he does come back.
Yeah,
even more excited.
But what's her name playing Sophia is such a good character that they just kind of created her that I could see her being in it and having a strong and kind of like taking over that position.
Yeah, I hope she's in the movie, the next movie. Yeah, because she's. And then
Victor, great. You know.
How much we're gonna actually see Victor?
We're gonna
in the final episode.
Get him back.
I still, I mean, I think he's just we're gonna see him. I don't know. He might do something like you said, impactful, or save Oz in some way, and then he's gonna run off with his girl.
The one thing I thought was funny, like, I mean, so obviously this is the same universe as Batman,
the
Batman movie, and so then you start to like explosion like this, like, where's the Batman?
Yeah, at this point, because they show a very wide shot of like above when it does explode, and of like you see a lot of the city. Yeah, he would have definitely came at this moment. So there you go. They might be hiding. Maybe he's showing up in the finale.
Oh, there you go. The other thing I thought about was in that context, though. You're like, I just picture Batman like he's like, but I just been sitting back and they've just been killing each other off. I don't even have to do anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yep. He's just hands off of it, just chilling,
just seeding the deceit. So they just do it. No.
But he can't let everyone go because Batman always has to have a rogues gallery of villains, or else he's just know what to do with himself.
He's just a dumb man in a suit.
Yeah,
very expensive.
He's
suit.
Like, what am I gonna do? Go do stuff at Wayne Enterprise? No,
that's no fun.
No, that's no fun.
My real job.
Right. Yeah. Kristen Milioti is her name. Yes, I know. Yes. I forgot about it for a second, but yes, she is. Yeah, she's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So I just noticed when I was looking at this. So they also did an interesting thing where even though there's 8 episodes and you could split it evenly, they had one director do episode 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Then they had another director do 4 and 5. Then another director do 6 and 7, and then they have a different director doing 8.
Finale. Okay. So you're thinking they like different directors for the different acts, but then we also have a finale.
Yeah, a little bit different. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, it's either you gave the guy that did 6 and 7, just let him do 6, 7, and 8, and then you just have them. But I don't know.
Do we know who's doing the finale?
The director was? Yeah. I mean, I wrote them down. Okay. So we had Craig Zabel for 1, 2, and 3. Then Helen Shaver for 4 and 5. Then Kevin Bray for 6 and 7. And then Jennifer Getzinger for 8.
Okay. I don't know any of those people.
Yeah, none of them are like, well, but like they've done, like you look at
did the finale.
Yeah, that would be crazy. But you look at their, their stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, you directed episodes of Daredevil or this or that.
Right.
Like, you know, did some stuff that's like decent. So
Yeah, the only thing I remember when we first started watching this show is the cinematography, because I was curious. And it was just a lot of HBO shows. It's like a lot of good stuff, but I was just curious how it was, just the continuity with the Batman look wise. You know, I was curious.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know about really what's going to happen in the finale.
Only a handful of people left.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you think, we talked about this last time, do you think Francis is going to die in a way like from Sophia? You think Oz is going to have to kill her, or is she going to die because of her condition? Or someone else, maybe. I don't know. Because you definitely predicted early on, like, you think she's going to die.
Yeah,
in some way.
I think Sophia's gonna kill her.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's kind of how they're setting it up, but
Yeah,
they've done really well at like misdirecting and
yeah. But I think if he's gonna stay alive and they're not gonna kill both of them, I think obviously the most interesting for his character would be that she dies by someone else that is a cause, you know, or something like that he kind of created, like, you know, and so he can blame himself even though he didn't actually physically do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because if he did it, like if she like makes him do it some reason, then that's, I don't know.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good choice if they did that on
If
the
she
show.
dies from her illness, like it's still sad for him, but it's like not doesn't give him revenge motivation.
No.
So I don't know. Those are my thoughts.
I don't know.
What are your thoughts for the
Write in and
finale
let us know.
of The Penguin?
Yeah.
Or any other thoughts you'd like to share? You can email us at feedback@screentimepod.com. That's screentimepod.com. And
Screentimepod.com.
And if you'd like, you can also like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. Or follow us, either one of us, on Instagram. I'm at JYoungBar.
I'm at Jared Youngbar.
All right. We appreciate you guys watching and listening. We'll catch you guys next time.